Wow, it's an honor being in your midst today and being the first female mentor you've ever had. I'm delighted, and I really hope I can be as impactful as the other mentors that you've always had. So, first of all, like I said, it's a pleasure being with you. My name is Candace, like you already know, MD CEO of Blue Dutch. Blue Dutch is a development and sales company based here in Lagos. So at the time I ventured into real estate, practically it's about 2011, 2011. It was a male-dominated field. And then, of course, in Lagos, Yoruba-dominated field. And I don't hear a word in Yoruba. So it was kind of difficult breaking in. And of course, I had to start from the scratch. No experience, no mentor, no companies, no trainings, no lectures. We learned everything that we know now on the streets. So then you go to land transaction, you meet your moniles, older Yoruba men speaking Yoruba, and you're talking about land and all that, and you don't understand the word. So you ask questions. Okay, what do they mean by gazette? What does gazette mean? They tell you, okay, it means the land is free from government and all that. That's how we learned real estate. It was totally from the scratch. There was nobody to look up to. They just had few companies like Jide Taiwo and the rest, but they were not reachable. They were top companies that you just hear about the bosses, but they had nothing. I mean, social media was not a thing then. Nobody to look up to. So we had to fight on our own with a lot of determination to say, okay, real estate, I mean, there's a future in it. We can impact lives, we can help people, and of course, make money as well. So it's something that we want to do regardless of the challenges we faced. And now I want to pass this same message to everyone here present. I know most of us here would tell ourselves, oh, we are not from privileged backgrounds. Our parents do not have all the money in the world. We don't have uncles. We don't have this. You really do not need all that to succeed in life. That's my message to you today. What you need are the 4 key areas I'm going to be talking about today. First of all, you need mentality, attitude, integrity, and hard work. So hard work / smart work. These are my 4 key areas. And if you stick to this and you work with these points I'm going to be giving here today, success is assured and achievable. Good thing we have very young champions right here. I believe none of you here is even up to 25 years. Anybody above 25? 20? 15? Yeah, so this is great. I'm actually excited being here. I thought I would meet some older people, but I like speaking to young people because your future is in your hands at this age. So when you get to the age of 35, 40, then your future is almost out. Now, I understand that no time is too late, but there are some times that are late. Because at 40, you do not want to start building a career in, being a medical doctor or being a pilot and all that. At some point in life, it's difficult going back to doing some things. Some companies will not even hire you at that age anymore at entry level. So even if you go to school, return to school, studying law or whatever, you may not get a job at entry level anymore. So now at this age, you have your destiny in your hands. You have your life in your hands. You have to make great use of it. Time is of the essence. And like they say, time waits for nobody. Time is life. Time is money. Time is essence. You wake up one day and you realize you're 40 years old. You wake up one day and you realize you're 65. Then you ask yourself, what have I done with the last 20 years of my life? You ask yourself. So do not ever think, oh, I'm too young. Time flies. You just wake up tomorrow and I'm already 40, I'm already 45. Then you say, what did I do with my 20s? What did I do with my 30s? Now is the time for you to pick up your pen like you are writing already. Pick up yourself, pick up your mind, and start moving. We're going to start with mentality. Mentality is the most important virtue to achieve greatness. If you do not have the right mentality, then trust me, you will struggle. Now, even if you come from privileged background where your father left $1 billion for you, if you don't have the right mentality on how to go about it, you squander that money. You squander it, especially if your father is not there to keep updating your account. He leaves it and goes. Before you know it, $1 billion is gone. After 5 years, you spend it. Now, if you take a survey, you find out that in America, the winners of the American lottery, they give them up to, I think, $1 million. They end up committing suicide. Go check statistics. They end up committing suicide because you have $1 million out of nothing. You squander it in 3, 4, 5 years. You realize you have nothing anymore. And I mean, they can't really live with the fact that they are back to square zero, then they start thinking suicidal. Now, no amount of money is too much to be squandered. That's the reason why you need the right mentality. Money is even mentality. Now, from your age, starting from the scratch, starting from, the beginning, what you need to have is mentality. Have the right mindset to success. You have to know, you have to believe that you can achieve it. If you do not believe, sorry, you won't achieve it. If I believe that, if I'm going somewhere for an interview and I say to myself, I don't think I'll get this job. I'm not good enough to get this job. I can't speak well. I can't even make use of a computer. I won't get this job. You will never get the job because you won't even have the confidence and the boldness to even present yourself at the right time. But if you believe, you have to have this mentality that I will do it. It's not just lip service to say, because in church when they say, oh, tell your neighbor I will do it, everybody will say I will do it. It's not that kind of I will do it. It's the kind of I will do it that comes from the inside, that comes from within, even when everybody is trying to tell you otherwise. Now, when we decided to go into real estate development, there were so many obstacles, so many women. I go some places and people are like, then I was not as known as I am now. Now, at least I have a lot of experience. I'm a known face, so people do not doubt anymore. I was talking about 3, 4, 5 years when people didn't really know who I was. They go to a place, they see not a slender-looking, light-skinned woman, and they're like, can she do this? Like, no, she cannot. They write you off even. So I took it upon myself. I'm like, not a problem. Write me off, no problem. I always end up, surpassing their expectation. And they're like, wow, it's even a woman. I've heard that several times. It's even a woman. At a time, we have an estate in Shangotedo when the road, we're trying to fix the road, and I sent my staff to get contacts of all the developers on the street, open the WhatsApp group, and started appealing to them, please, let's contribute some money to fix this road. They were, just all around the place. So I decided to take the initiative. Let's start up. By the time they see we started, maybe they'll join up. We started, and then one of the developers on the road came and like, it's even a woman. Wow, okay, that's prompted them. They felt maybe intimidated or they felt appreciative of the effort, and they came around, joined up, and we fixed the road. Now, so I've heard that a couple of times, and if you do not have the right mentality and strength in character, you would break because you believe, nobody believes in me. I'm a woman. Are you sure I can even do it? So many men here. I go to places, and sometimes we have a presentation flyer, 15 speakers. I'm the only woman. So now I've come to embrace it. Now it's like I like it because it's like I'm breaking new grounds, being the only woman. It's a good thing. I'm here again. I'm the first woman, which I think is historic. So when so thank you for that. When Stellar Academy becomes a global brand all around the world, they're going to say, oh, there was a Candace somewhere that was the first woman. So it's a victory for me. Now, so that is what I'm saying. You have to have that right mentality, strength in character. Do not let people talk down on your dream. Do not let people deviate the goal. Hold on to that path which you have decided to chart. Hold on to it with your life. Not like your life depends on it. With your life. That dream you have, you want to go into tech, you want to be a tech expert, you want to represent Africa, you want to be the best in Africa, you want to develop apps and all that. Hold on to it with your life. Believe in yourself. Trust in your ability, even as you gain more knowledge. So you keep gaining knowledge, you keep trying to get better in whatever field that you do. But hold on to the dream. Hold on to it and be very dogged with your dream. Don't let anybody talk you down on it. Do whatever it takes to achieve it. Ultimately, believe in your dream. Believe in yourself. Do not let people talk down on you. Don't give up. No matter the challenges you are going to encounter. You encounter challenges, quite all right. But there's something about building from zero. The end point, by the time you finally achieve that dream, the success is so sweet. It's super sweet. It's far better. The satisfaction you gain from that is better than what, I have a father that sponsored me, he left inheritance for me, he took me to Harvard and all that. No, the satisfaction from building from the scratch, when nobody believed in you, when you had to toil, you had to keep late nights, you have to suffer, you had to get burned, you had to fight to achieve it, the success is immense. The feeling and the satisfaction you gain from it is immense. So that's the reason why you have an opportunity now to write your own story. So tomorrow you could actually speak to young people and tell them, I did it alone. I did it from the scratch. Of course, with the help of God. I did it from the scratch, and here I am today. So mentality is the first point. The next point is, what's it called? Attitude. Beautiful. Attitude is as important as mentality. Now they say, what's it called? Talent is not enough. Talent is it's very important, beautiful. But if you do not have the right attitude to back up your talent, you waste your talent. Your talent will be wasted. And of course, they already said I'm a football enthusiast, so I know a lot about football. I know more than probably all of you here. I used to analyze football on TV and radio for fun at that time. Now, you know people like, there are a lot of wasted talents in football. You have Ben Arfa. I don't know if you know Ben Arfa. Wasted. Okay, people not, I won't say totally wasted because they did something with their career, but Neymar, there are a lot of talents. You ask yourself, if these guys had the right attitude, Balotelli, if you had the right attitude, like the Ronaldos of this world, like the Messis of this world, watch the guys that got to the top. Watch their attitude. First of all, Ronaldo, attitude to sports. Ronaldo stays back in the pitch and everybody is gone home. He stays back 3 hours after training. Stays back. He comes to training before. You know, Evra once said he went to Ronaldo's house after training, went to Ronaldo's house. Ronaldo was still training. Went to his house again, called. Ronaldo is still training. Same thing, N'Golo Kante. A day after winning Champions League for Chelsea, N'Golo Kante went back to training when his friends were still playing. These guys, if you have such attitude, the sky will be your limit. That's attitude to work. Attitude to work. Take your work seriously. Give your work the right attitude, the right attention. Do whatever it takes to achieve. People, top athletes like Ronaldo and co. You see Eden Hazard. Eden Hazard had all the talents in the world, but he was not disciplined. He doesn't train. He eats burger. At 31, Eden Hazard was already so fat and he had to retire. Eden Hazard and Mohamed Salah are age mates. Mohamed Salah still won PFA award last season, highest goal scorer. Hazard has retired 3 seasons ago. So have you seen a recent picture? All bloated up. Attitude. Every coach Hazard had complained about his attitude. He doesn't train. Okay, because he's so talented, you have to play him. He goes on holiday, gets back fat, and he ruined his Real Madrid career. That guy went to Real Madrid and you expected, to be the next big thing. What happened? You worst transfer ever. You remember this history. Attitude. You came back, you resumed from holiday back to a club like Real Madrid, and you came fat, 7 kg bigger than what you used to be. That's terrible attitude towards work. Ronaldo would never do that. Ronaldo would train throughout his break to resume Real Madrid in a good fit shape to wow the world. But Hazard never cared. Hazard doesn't even care. Even with the attitude and shape and everything, he would have still been playing probably in China or what's it called, Saudi Arabia rather. But he simply does not care. So that's talent without attitude. You waste the talent. And people will be like, wow, if only this guy was more serious, Balotelli, if only this guy was, it will not be a pity party. Sorry story. So, right, you have to have the right attitude to work. If you have to, sportsmen, they go on diets. Your dietitian gives you a list of do's and don'ts. Do not eat this. Do not sleep at this time. Do not go partying. 3 days before we have an important game, no clubbing, no partying. Some players still find a way to break that. At the end of the day, you do yourself because your club will simply move on. So now it comes back to you as a tech expert. There are some do's and don'ts that you have in your field. Sorry, I'm not so familiar with your field. There are some do's and don'ts that are there. You have to follow the do's and don'ts. You have to follow the rules and regulations. And with whatever coach or mentor you have to surpass their expectation. You have to surpass the advice that they give you. So if your mentor tells you, work for 2 hours, work for 3 hours. Add an extra 1 hour. That extra always makes the difference. The extra. Now, that's one policy we have at Blue Dutch. Blue Dutch, we study what's prevalent in the sector, what other developers do, what other companies do, and we tell ourselves we'll do more. So if what is prevalent in the sector is they give land allocation, after buying land, we allocate your land to you, probably they give land allocation in 21 days, we'll say, okay, we'll give our own in 14 days. We always want to beat what is obtainable. That's what stands you out. If you are just a regular, if you do what everybody does, everybody gives out 21 days, what makes Blue Dot special? Everybody does it anyway. But if you now, you give yours in 9 days or 10 days, then you're going to be special because people say, there's a company that's, 10 days. Everybody will be like, wow, is it possible? That is it. That extra is what makes you special, not what is obtainable, what everybody does. So you have to go that extra mile. That's why they say go the extra mile So in terms of attitude to work, go the extra mile. Attitude to people, clients. If you are working in a client-based sector where you have to meet clients all the time, you have to speak to clients, you have to put up the right attitude. Clients are always right. No matter what a client says to you or does to you, you do not respond back to them. You do not insult them. You have to absorb. You have to swallow it. Even I have a staff that, okay, probably not when she was at Blue Dutch. Before joining Blue Dutch, she was working in the company, and a client actually slapped her for no fault of hers. And she just said, okay, thank you very much, and walked away. The client felt so bad that he actually came back, apologized to the management of the company, apologized to her, and gave her a token, give her, a very good amount of money. Now, that client has left with, you'd have learned a lesson. Also, the staff would have learned a lesson, because if she retaliated, slapped the client, or created a scene, definitely she would have been sacked. The management do not want to care, do not want to know who started it. All what they want to do is you have to protect the reputation of the brand. You can't hit back with a client, Should have lost her job. The client would have probably beaten her up, because a man versus a woman, they would have beaten her up. And that's the reputation, the accolade, and the amount of money that she received, she wouldn't have gotten it. So that should be a lesson to every one of us. When I heard the story, I was moved. That should be a lesson to every one of us. You have to have the right attitude to clients. You have to have the right attitude to people. And even those that are helping you out, your helpers. You have to. There's a little boy we're trying to help, plays football. We're trying to send him abroad. And when he was going to the academy, I told him, if you have to wake up in the morning and put your 2 knees on the ground to greet George, George is the one. I don't know if any of you know Mighty George. He was in Bila FM. Okay, no, probably that was a long time ago. So if you have to kneel down every morning and say good morning to George, if you have to, take off his shoes, if you have to pick up his bag, whatever it takes to convince George that, to make him help you, you have to do it. That's all you have to do. When you see him, just lie down on the floor and say, good morning, sir, my love, because this guy has the ability to take you to clubs in Europe. He's a scout, and he's my friend. So I've sent you to him. Just you go there and start, getting attitude. You don't even help him clean his house. You don't listen to him, and you want him to help you. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand the attitude of some people. You're looking for, you need help. You should be on the floor for him. Respect, give him all forms of respect when you arrive your destination. Now, I'm not saying start hating on him and everything. Then you know that, okay, I've achieved my goal. First of all, you go there, you start giving attitude, you don't put up the best behavior, you don't wake up in the morning to train. Even when they ask you to train, you jog, and you want to, there are some things prayer cannot even do for you. No matter, even if your mother likes, I spoke to the boy and I told him, don't go there and embarrass me. And so far they say he's doing well. So now that's the attitude. You have to have the right attitude to even those that are helping you to attract that help. You have to have the right attitude to even your neighbors and everyone you meet, because you never can tell who would be the vessel for God to use to help you. Anybody. Could just be you walking on the street and people just... Okay, now when I had my first break in, football analysis, I just love football. I used to play, but it ended there. I went to a studio in Subulere one day and I was arguing. I always argue with guys then. I used to, about 10 guys, I'll be the only female, just be arguing. And most of the time I used to win them because I have the fat and figure. So one guy was like, wow, see the woman talking football. Okay, I'm going to introduce you to one guy. He's, He works at Bila FM. He's their program manager. He'll put you on, you should be on radio and TV. Don't let this talent waste and all that. So that's how I met George. And I just, okay, let me just go and see what they do. I got to Bila, they asked me a few questions. They said, wow, you're very intelligent. Okay, take the mic, say something. We're on the Champions League analysis. I said something, I'm like, wow. I was like, I don't want to, I'm not, see, just, come around and all that. The company was actually begging me, Bila FM. Just, they needed a female a female voice because they were all guys and all that. Now, that man just overheard me talking about football. He never knew me. And he gave me contact of George. George is a big name, so to say, in the industry. And I met George just like that from one contact. So you never can tell where or who. You just have to be with the right attitude at all times. Until you make it. There's nothing like no ego. You're nobody, as far as I'm concerned. And that's what guides me. People say, oh, Candace is very humble. Why should I be egocentric? What have you achieved that someone else has not even surpassed? Whatever I think I have, probably a 17-year-old girl has it already. So what is the big deal? All you need to do is know your self-worth, have your your charisma and your aura as a human being and as who you are, but you have to be humble. You have to stay humble. Even when you keep making the millions, even when you become a tech expert soon, you have to remain humble, because that's the only thing that will take you even places to meet kings. Attitude. Attitude is very important. Attitude to work, attitude to your surrounding, your environment, people around you, attitude to how you even, your workplace, how you treat your colleagues is very important. And the next step is integrity, right? Integrity, now these points, they are intertwined. They are all very important. Integrity will save you in time of problem. Integrity will take you places. Integrity will help you meet kings. I know a lot of people that have so much talent. There's some people, in real estate, now as a real estate marketer, you talk to a lot of people on a daily basis. You meet people and try to speak to them to come invest and get referrals for you as well. There are a couple of people that you speak to. I have some friends and family. These people are so connected. They know everybody. They know so many people, rich people, celebrities, but they do not have what it takes to convince these people to come and invest in real estate. Why? They don't have integrity. So if I know you, if I'm close to you, and I know that this person is a crook, this guy is not a good guy. No, not you. The way you looked at me. Yeah, for instance, and I know that you are not, you're a classless person, no integrity, you don't even say the truth, there's nothing about you. If you refer me to somebody else, I won't do the transaction. I'll just feel, they want to scam me. That's what works. So even if you have all the connection in the world, if you do not have integrity, people around you will not even trust you. They will not want to deal with who you are referring because you have, issues with your own integrity. But if I'm a person of integrity and everybody knows me, I'm like, Candace, that lady, nice things and all. If I invite somebody, I don't know this person, but because of you, I always get that. I'm investing in this thing because of you. Oh, I trust you. Oh, don't let me down. Oh, it's you. Oh, I don't know the company. I hear that all the time. So you have to have that integrity, so that whoever you are dealing with, so that your future clients, so that your future employees will vouch for you. They would give you greater responsibility because they trust in you. It happens also in the workplace. You see, you go through and you think, who is the right person to carry out this task? I want to buy this. Who is the right person? Who do I trust to help me achieve this goal? That will not cheat, that will not tell lies, that will not lowball, that will not deliver low quality because of the extra gains that are in it. So most of the time, you are drawn to the person you trust to carry out a particular task. Integrity is very important. If you don't have the right integrity, it will be difficult for you to make it legitimately. If you want to make wealth, if you want to make life, if you want to achieve legitimately, you would definitely have integrity, or else you won't be able to. You start depending on illegal means, fraudulent means to achieve your goal. But if you want to make legit success, you need to have integrity. Let your yes be yes, your no be no. I'm going to work on this thing, you work on it. Now, the thing about integrity is, integrity may be slow to achieve. When people are achieving their success in 2-3 years because they've dabbled into different areas, you with integrity, yours may be 5 years. But when you hit it, it stays. Because, of course, a house built on a solid foundation will never go down. But you just come and, 2 developers, one I'm building with my solid foundation, it's taking money, it's taking time because I'm spending money how it ought to be spent. Or the other developer is so fast, instead of using 10 bags of cement, he's using 5. So he's saving enough money. He has built his house 20 million, I've built my house 60 million. When flood comes, we'll be able to differentiate the boys from the men, or differentiate who is who, So that's how it works. Integrity may be a little bit slower, but when it arrives, you look at top brands all around the world. You look at Toyota, you look at Mercedes, top brands. These are brands that are generational, from the past, from generation to generation. If your brand is not built on integrity, you won't pass it to your children. It will die after 5 years. And that's why you see a lot of businesses, especially in within our terrain, after 5 years, it becomes questionable because it was not built on integrity. They just want to fast lane. Everybody's on the fast lane, want to make money. No, money is not made that way. Genuine, legit money is not made on fast lane. Take your time. Build trust, build integrity, build your business, and in no time. And when you arrive, you find out that you stop working. You see these, owners of top brands, what they do is strategize, try to expand and all that. but the main difficult task has been done already. And the integrity of the business is what pulls it. People start asking about you, start getting, start referring your brand, even without any input from you, because you'll be able to convince people that with your integrity. And now the last is hard work. Hard work, smart work. I always attribute smart work and hard work, because you could be hardworking, and if you're not smart about it, if you don't apply the right policies and the right strategies, you seem like you're not working. So some people will tell you, this business you do, you're not the only one doing it. God just favored you. You should be grateful to God. Other people are doing it and they are not. It's just the application that matters. So we are all hardworking, but some people do not know when to apply smartness into what they do. Smartness and hard work. Now, why I appreciate hard work so much, it will save you, it will help you, to distinguish you, it will help the growth of whatever venture you are into, be it an entrepreneur or an employee. The smartness aspect of it cannot be undermined. So now you want to, I had a staff then that you send him to, okay, let's just get this. He goes round, start looking, just go on the internet, just type stuff. So many platforms you could get all these things. Why are you moving all around? So you have to apply wisdom, seek knowledge when necessary, speak to people that are better than you in that field, think of the easiest way to achieve your goals or your tasks at hand that would complement your hard work. Seek advice, read as much as possible, read books relating to your field, speak to people better than you, have a mentor, look for a mentor within your field, stick to that person, respect the person, honor the person, gain as much knowledge as possible from the person. In fact, strip the person dry. That's what I do. There are a couple of people, so every decision I want to make, I have people in places that are seasoned professionals in that field. So luckily for us, we have seasoned professionals around us, surveyor, seasoned, registered. So before taking any step, I consult these people, give them the scenario. Okay, what do we do? I already have a decision, of course, but you want to hear from a seasoned professional in that field. You rub minds together, and most of the time, you come out with a better decision. So if you have a professional around you or a mentor around you, and you go there, you don't even want to greet the person, you go to his house, there's plates in the dining, you don't think it's good enough for you to help the person take the place inside, you don't think you should check up on the person. Christmas, you call him and say, good morning, sir, I wish you a happy Christmas, I wish you a happy new month. Then you are not ready. You have to pick that mentor, honor him, gain as much knowledge as from him. He would even probably be the one to even help you, refer you to other people that would help advance your dream. So I would have loved to continue saying, but of course I'm restricted, because I also want to give you an opportunity to ask questions, those burning questions you have, those areas that you need assistance and guidance on, and we would solve those together.
All right, questions? Take numbers.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
What's going on? I don't want 3 questions. 1 question, straight to the point. Don't waste my time. Go straight to the point. Don't give us history. Straight to the point.
My name is Adiwali. I want to ask, what is your story in real estate? And, what's real estate exactly?
Okay, so I'll just try to summarize. Real estate is all about dealing on properties. Like we know, housing, shelter, food, and clothing are the 3 basic needs of man. So these are the 3 things that man cannot survive without. So now we are in the aspects of providing shelter, which is very important. You can't do without it. So real estate is about trading, transacting, buying and selling of properties, which includes landed properties and houses. So that's just the basic concept of real estate. So what we do is we develop service plots. What we mean by service plot is we have an expanse of land, just land. Try to develop the land by having perimeter fence, put fence, gatehouse, we beautify it, internal roads, street lights. We beautify it just like every other estate that you know, especially on the island. And then we sell each plot within the community, the estate, to people. And also we are into development. That means we build houses for people. So if you have some money, you want to build a house, you come and meet us and say, oh, I want to build a house. We ask you, okay, I need a 4-bedroom flat. You tell us what you want. We'll design it for you. Our architect will design the property for you. And then our engineers will get to work. We build you your taste at a cost. So that's what's basically the general concept.
All right, next person. Once it's done, next person stands up quickly.
Okay. No, my name is I wanted to ask on what you said. You said you studied computer science.
Yeah.
How did you discover that real estate is the right one for you?
Oh, beautiful. That's a beautiful question. If I had time, I would have delved into my personal story. Okay, so right from time, I've had interest in designs and construction. So when I was little, even as little as 14 years, I used to paint my room. So my room always looked different from my brother's room. I would paint my room, I would do some touches. I'm always changing the design and always. So these are the reasons why my mom, then I thought I wanted to study theater arts. I used to just watch TV and I used to appreciate those women that act home videos. And I'm like, I want to be an actress. So my mom was like, no, the love you have for designs, construction, fixing things. I used to fix fan in my house. Fan would be bad, I'll just go and fix it and it would start working. My mom said, you are that kind of resourceful person. You need to study an engineering course. So, and of course I didn't want to study engineering actually. So I was like, okay, computer engineering is easier than, my mom wanted me to go into elect or mechanical because she felt these were more challenging. But I chose computer because I thought it was an easier bunch of, what's it called? So when I finished my youth service, I came into Lagos. I started hearing a little bit about real estate that Lagos lands are expensive. People used to make money from Lagos land. Coincidentally, my elder sister asked me to go and help her check for a land. She wanted to buy land and she was not in Nigeria. She said, okay, just help me check the land and see how good it is. So I got there. I didn't even know what was happening. The agents, I saw the plan, like, okay, the place is nice and everything. So from that first encounter, now I work with a lot of vendors, a lot of artisans, a lot. As we speak, there are artisans in my site. I have 2 sites currently ongoing. When you go there, you speak to them. These guys are intelligent, but the lack of education affects their application. So you realize that the way they reason, their reasoning is far lower than what you're reasoning. So even if, okay, for instance, they maybe something, they are doing a job, and you try to correct them, I'm like, oh no, these things should be, use your plumb or use your range. Or the way they interpret it takes them time to understand what you're saying. Something you've seen 5 years ago, they get to see it 10 years later, That's what school does. School builds your mind, improves your logical reasoning. People say, oh, what we did in school, we don't use it. Really, the X, the Y, you think they didn't help build your strategy, your logical reasoning? They do. So even if you go about life and you're not seeing the X, the Y, they have shaped up your reasoning. They shaped up your mindset, your scope. And whatever you lay your hand to do as a graduate always comes out more unique than your counterparts that didn't go to school. So please do not drop school, go to school. And I understand that some career, like probably like football, it's difficult to combine both. But at least you have to complete SSC. You must complete SSC no matter the career path. And then if you can, combine university education to whatever you are doing, please do. If you cannot, but at least complete SSC, first of all. Yeah.
All right. A round of applause.